believe in the Constitution. I believe in the way our founding fathers believed in this country. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That means that homosexuals cannot procreate. This goes against our Constitution. And this goes against what parents want in the school district. And this is only one book out of thousands. This is disgusting.
School board elections and discussions are heating up. I mean, I don't know if they ever cooled off, but since they're continually on and on, we have to find new ways and new angles to, I guess, fearmonger and scare people into thinking that the world is crashing down around these books that are in some of these libraries. So what's going on here is this is Nevada candidate John Carlo. He was filmed speaking at a church saying that the Constitution demands Americans procreate. I'm still looking for that part where he was quoting that. He explained that because homosexuals can't give birth, again, would like for him to explain that they're unconstitutional. He did not address whether heterosexual couples who are unable to have children are also, quote, unconstitutional under this definition. Of course he didn't, because he doesn't understand the first thing he said. So he definitely can't extrapolate that to someone else or anything outside of this bigoted view, because that's all he's looking to focus in on. I'm not sure how purposeful it is or if it's just the way he thinks. But again, I was talking about, so that complaint he was going on about, it was about a book in a school library that he said made homosexuality acceptable. So went from a book to the Constitution about how it doesn't allow homosexuality just because of procreation. I'm still looking for it. I think you're more of a constitutional scholar than I am, David. Have you found it?
Well, I can think of all sorts of different sex acts that will also not cause procreation. So maybe the guy should be on that bandwagon too. And I'm also wondering now, based on some of the stories that we've done today, maybe this guy is concerned about testosterone and perhaps he is tanning his balls because obviously procreation is so important to him. A lot of these churches are so bizarre, Jayar, and what they consider to be a priority is so out of touch with the rest of America. And I think that's the biggest issue. If this guy really is concerned about books and he's really concerned about homosexuality, around his own dinner table in his own private home, he can say whatever he wants. But the idea that he would use his pulpit, given all the other issues that we need to focus on in America, whether it's helping the poor, helping people have health care, equality, the idea that you would use your time openly hating against people who are homosexuals or LGBTQ, whatever, that just strikes me as so strange.
Well, I mean, okay, these are one of those opportunity situations. So again, he goes to the church, so he can be like, listen, I'm gonna talk to the certain people that I think will get me elected in this position, and I'll target straight for bigotry and hatred. If anything, that's an indictment of the people that he goes there to talk to. If I'm in any kind of congregation and someone comes to me and says, hey, I'm looking for you to vote for me because you hate people like I do too, right? And honestly, this is where this would begin, is these folks in these types of congregations should be the first ones to be like, yeah, what we've been kind of worshiping and discussing is not based in hatred. So what makes you think I'm on board for this? Or maybe they start realizing that political systems and specifically political parties like to target them. And this goes to both parties in my opinion, but one does it in different ways. To target religious folks in the country to be like, you guys are the most important voters here. You guys are the moral ones. So don't you hate other people that aren't like you? I don't see how that matches up, but it's worked so far. And eventually those folks that are being targeted and being called hateful bigots should stand up and go, why do you think I have to be hateful? And that's where it'll start, because if we keep shaming them, all they're gonna do is bury back in their corner and be like, yeah, you're one of those anti-God people who doesn't hate hate.
Yeah, that's a great point. I would love to see a candidate who says, you know what, we're gonna traffic in love instead of hate. And we're not gonna talk about people we dislike. We're gonna talk about the fact that we're all Americans. We all believe in the Constitution. We all believe that it's important for have families of all different shapes and sizes and looks and colors. And let's talk about how we can all lift each other up instead of playing to the devil inside of us or whatever they want to suggest. Yeah. And instead of playing to hatred and bigotry, go for something positive, because I think our country is so hungry for people who got a positive message as a way of including people.